House, 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 house. Oosh, 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 oosh. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Howshy, howshy. Oosh, oosh, oosh. Welcome home, my family, my brothers, my sisters. Oh, mitakuye oyasin. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste, house, house. Good evening, good morning, good day, good afternoon, whichever time this may reach you. I am called to share this sacred space, this moment, this time, this breath, this message. I am to share with you that I have never fully read this message. I have barely read this message at all. This piece I am about to share with you. My name is Trina Christine Mason. For those who do not know me, thank you to those of you who are subscribed and part of this world here, this little sacred vortex where we may gather and share and be together as one family, holding hands or each other if we need to. Thank you for being here. Prepare to allow yourself to receive. This one is a long one, a very long one. Now let me also remind you of visiting theresacrabtree.com. Please also know that you can get this entire book for free yourself on myandmessages.wordpress.com. And I encourage you to get a hands-on copy so that you can do what I like to do, which is like highlighting and underlining, which I have just realized I actually do not have my highlighter. So if you could please be patient, I'm going to run quickly and grab my highlighter. Oh, mitakuye oyasin. Jai Bhagwan, namaste. Hush, hush. Yes. For those who speak Lemi. So yes, I am about to read my messages from Theresa Crabtree. This one is called Befriending Your Dragons, page 162, day 83. I am Akbal, and I welcome you this day. Excuse me, I am being guided to also point out the importance of highlighters. Okay, so if you are joining me and this is your first time, I do like to teach this little thing that happens when we start to do this healing work. A highlighter, let's say we were doing a guided meditation or a moment, and then suddenly like your abuser or just like the thing that we are healing from or those things, like there's interference, there's blockages, highlighters, loud sounds, interesting interruptions, certain personal cues, like maybe a certain bird or a certain animal, etc., all those good things. Yes, I call these highlighters, just trying to like pay attention. Hey, highlighter, did you just notice that? Did you notice like where on your body you were hurt, or like there's synchronicities or interesting things? I am to thank Joy Denise Kimmel for actually teaching me using the word highlighter instead of like the other way that I was kind of taught to just notice that it's important. But highlighter really works for me because I do really love to, again, be hands-on, interactive with content. So let us begin from the top, okay? I am Akbal, and I welcome you this day as we share more of our knowledge with you. Be it known that this knowledge is already embedded within you. We are simply here to retrieve what you have buried. Dude, you need to see the video I just recorded before coming live here. Excuse the interruption. Highlighter. I'm highlighting the word buried. You can think of this as maps guiding you to the buried treasure that lies within you. Beautiful. Many of you on the Earth's surface have suffered traumatic episodes that have caused you to build walls of protection. The brain is only capable of experiencing a certain amount of trauma before it will regenerate itself in order to survive or maintain sanity. This is why the phenomenon of multi-personalities occur to those who have experienced repeated traumas. When the brain is unable to continue to receive horrendous stimuli, it will fragment itself in ways that allow the human to continue to live until healing occurs. We are here to assist you through that healing process. We are here to assist you with that healing process. Although the vast majority of you are not classified as being schizophrenic, many of you may live with an entire wardrobe of costumes you have created in order to have function in your world. Let us say that you have experienced severe trauma as a child. For many, it was sexual abuse by a trusted adult. In order to cope with repeated abuse, you played mind games with yourself. Perhaps while the abuse was occurring, you mentally left your body and pretended you were elsewhere, perhaps at a carnival. This is so funny backwards, right? And I was also laughing at another part in my mind because as I was studying in psychology, trauma and things like that, she's jokingly say she's right on the money. Like that is exactly what happens in like neuroscience and all these things, yes? And now let us continue, yes? Again, my commentary, I apologize. Although the vast majority of you are not classified... hold on, excuse me, I do apologize. Each time the act was repeated, you mentally returned to the carnival. Your brain does not know the difference between reality and fantasy. It responds in exactly the same manner whether you are physically performing an activity or whether you are visualizing the event in your mind. As you grow older, whenever the perpetrator or another touches you in the same manner, your mind automatically goes to the carnival, to the war, or understand how this is, it can be reframed. As you grow into maturity, these wounds may lie dormant. Then comes the time when you begin dating. One night passion arises, and even though the scenario is more loving, the actions are very similar to those you encountered as a child. These dormant wounds now fester and rise to the surface. Often the pain was so intense that the childhood abuse has been erased from the conscious mind. Perhaps you and your new beau cannot understand why you pull away. You may think it is strange that this event makes you think of a carnival. As you grew up, you hated to go to carnivals, yet never understood why. In many cases, it takes years of assistance from trained professionals or a hypnotist to uncover sexual abuse. Eventually, you may discover the relationship between sex and carnivals. Along with the trauma, dude, the juggalo things and the personal attack, but yeah, this is so beautiful, okay? Along with the trauma of the abuse itself, as a child, you set up belief codes that people can't be trusted. Sex is painful and shameful. You may feel irresponsible for allowing this to have happened repeatedly. Guilt if you found it stimulating, that you are a sinner, a victim of numerous and other beliefs. This is the base upon which you built your life. We are here to assist you in discovering those basic belief codes. Although many of you have not had experiences of this magnitude, negative events in your life have caused you to create many belief codes based on fear and pain. By finding these codes, facing the fears, and learning to release the emotional blockages you have created, you have a chance to rebuild your life built on love and trust. This is when the magic happens in your life. This is also a time of great healing on other levels. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, you will then be able to create your life the way you wish it to be, when your base is love, not fear. Every message is designed to assist you in facing your fears and dismantling the walls of protection you no longer need. It is our pleasure to be of service to you in this regard. Are you ready to release some of the traumas that have created these wounds? If so, let us begin by simply relaxing. Get into a comfortable position and begin to relax your muscles. Whether you start from your head to your toes or vice versa, it does not matter. Do whatever is comfortable for you. Take a deep breath while focusing on one set of muscles, such as your toes. When you exhale, feel your toes relaxing. Some people find it helpful to contract their muscles on the in-breath and relax them on the out-breath. Use whatever method works best for you with all your muscles, taking a couple minutes to do so. When you have finished, begin breathing in a normal pattern. Place your attention on your heart and begin to build up a sense of love and gratitude with each in-breath. Upon exhalation, realize release any tension or negative thoughts that arise. After a few moments, begin to visualize yourself sending love and gratitude to specific persons, events, or simply send your love to the universe and Creator. Continue to breathe love into your heart for a couple minutes until you feel a deep sense of peace come over you. As you practice this relaxation technique, eventually you will find you have less negative thoughts. Next, call upon your higher self to guide you. I welcome you to call upon me as well. Dude. My goal is to be the mirror for you. A safe place where you can look deep inside yourself and find the hidden shadows that are ready to come to the light. Know that no harm will come to you. We are here to support you. Those with deep traumatic wounds, we suggest you begin with less hurtful situations until you are certain you can handle the emotions that arise to the surface. It may be helpful for you to have a friend with you when you move into deeper wounds. Ask the friend to sit with you silently. They have no role other than to be with you, if you are afraid to do this alone. It is imperative, bear with me. It is imperative that this friend makes no judgments nor gives advice. The purpose of this exercise is for you to create new belief codes based on what is right for you. Many times, friends and family give advice they think is right for you, yet it may not be for your highest good. Let us continue with today's exercise. You have completed the breathing and gratitude exercises, which now has you feeling relaxed and in a higher state of joy than when you started. Now go within and pull out one issue that is bothering you. This can come from childhood event or something that is more recent. Aloud or in your mind, define the problem in a manner which as this. Every time someone suggests I do something, I feel resistant. Why do I do this, and how can I stop this behavior? Allow your mind to wander and pay attention to memories or thoughts that arise. As you allow memories to flood into your consciousness, you may have strange images. Many times your brain catalogs events into groups or archetypes. An archetype is a symbol representing something from reality. Dragons sometimes evoke feelings of being powerful. In this example, you see yourself as a dragon, powerful and in control. When others suggest things to you, the dragon reacts because it does not like others to tell it what to do. This makes the dragon feel less powerful, so he reacts. The dragon may try to eat the other person. I am more powerful than you. Slash it with its tongue, hurtful words, or consume him with fire from its mouth, lashing out with pent-up anger. A key to unlocking the symbology of your personal archetypes is to pay attention to the feelings associated with them. It is a good idea to write down what you are seeing and the emotions attached to them during these meditations in your dream state. After a while, you will recognize patterns. This awareness of your personal symbology can be useful in healing your wounds and decoding your dreams. We return now to the present moment. You now have a flood of images and emotions as you focus on the issue or question you have presented to your higher self for healing. Often you will instantly get one or more answers to your question. Sometimes it will come later during a chance meeting or overhearing a remark on the radio, etc. The clue to receiving guidance is to be open and expect an answer, even in the unlikeliest of places. As you gain trust in the process and as you begin to pay more attention to coincidences and synchronicities, you will find yourself able to find answers more readily. As you act upon these answers and integrate them into your life, you will find yourself gaining confidence and connecting with your higher self more readily. Know that no question and no problems are too small or trivial for us. Nothing you wish to experience is too big for us. We are not bound by time frames. We exist in planes that have no clocks. We are not bound by bodies, so we are able to be in many places at one time. Do not feel constrained when asking for our help. Do not feel like you are overburdening us. We encourage you to build confidence in yourself and know that all knowledge is accessible to you and that you have the ability to create any experience you wish while on earth. We do ask that you always set the parameter that whatever you wish to experience is for your highest good and for the highest good of all involved. All concerned. This is imperative if you wish to grow in love and remain balanced. There are many who have discovered these truths and do not use them for the highest good of all. They are creating much havoc for you and earth. They, like you, will have to live in the repercussions for each of their actions. Build your integrity and use your gifts wisely. When you are seeking to resolve issues from the past or present, focus on one issue at a time. When you are seeking to resolve issues, God, why did I read that line again? Is that important? When you are seeking to resolve issues from the past or present, focus on one issue at a time. Notice what arises. Archetypal images, clear or vague memories, and especially noting the emotions that arise. If you feel like crying, kicking, or screaming, do so. Many times healing occurs from the act of expressing pent up emotions. Allow yourself to feel indignant, used, abused, or whatever comes to your mind. It is better to beat up a pillow than to continue to fight with those you love over issues that are not important. Unresolved issues are generally at the heart of the emotions and frustrations that are happening in your current life. There are several layers of emotions that need to be peeled in order to release the patterns and behaviors associated with deep-seated hurts. We simply list a few of these today. We will go deeper into them throughout the year. Today we wish to explain the process and allow you to begin working on problems you are ready to release. You can work on these problems yourself with our assistance. If you choose to use the messages on a daily basis, you will eventually receive all pieces you need to resolve every issue you have encountered. The goal is for you to free yourself from fears, habits, and belief codes that no longer serve you and keep you locked away from a life filled with joy and peace. There are some layers to address in order to first change belief codes and heal wounds from past experiences. Forgive your perpetrators. Know that all persons are operating to the best of their ability, even though they may be choosing things that are not for the highest good for themselves and all concerned. Allow all persons to be who they are, whether or not you are in agreement with their behaviors. Release all judgment of people, places, and events. Release any feelings of victimhood. Recognize the blessings in all situations, no matter how horrendous. Change all negative thoughts aimed at yourself and others. Stop retelling stories that keep your unresolved issues alive. Face buried fears and emotions and replace them with love. As we study together each day, you will learn to deal with your painful memories and release emotions that have kept you in the role of victim. Like the dragon, you will learn to become empowered and react more gracefully so you can live a life full of love and harmony. Many have overcome the most horrendous experiences contrived by man. You can do the same. It takes courage to face your dragons and befriend them. We are here to encourage and support you. Shed the belief codes that keep you enveloped in fear and negative thinking. Go forth today and renew yourself with feelings of hope, love, and joy. Jai Bhagwan, Namaste, Hash Hash. Thank you so much, Theresa Crabtree, for channeling this message. I did get so many downloads from this. One of the main downloads that first came in was this beautiful sacred ceremony that I had with Luna. So let me give a shout out to Luna. If you're watching this right now, I may have to send you this video just because all this information came up. Now, another thing that kind of really caught my attention was the constant paying attention to subtle stories or subconscious thoughts or things that we don't recognize or like kind of playing in the background. And because we like believe this code or this subconscious thought that we are performing and behaving in ways from that fear or that belief code, instead of like behaving from a place of love or because I really, really want to do this or because out of the goodness of my heart, instead of like, oh, I don't want to be a bad person, or having some type of shadow or negative aspect of telling ourselves why we are behaving and choosing to express ourselves as we are, instead of reclaiming our divinity and staying true to our individual self underneath all of these cells and these organisms and parts within us, organs, etc., that are like making up a me or a you. Okay. Something else that came to mind is notice what you're noticing. I do not think that what we're paying attention to is always not personal, I imagine, to think it as so. And I'm always called to share the message too, as I had been taught to not take it personal. However, as they tell the stories how God knows us so well and knows every hair on our head, I always feel like it's a big cosmic joke whenever these things happen that are just so ironic and interesting and painful and challenging, etc. It's many different dimensions, you could say. Something else that was calling me was bear with me. She says, renew yourself. This reminded me of many of the teachings of Abraham Hicks. She always says, are you refreshed? Are you renewed? And it talks about that in the Bible too, right? About us like renewing our mind and kind of like changing our thoughts and not being of the same place and not to rely on our own understanding because little we know, yes, or forgive them for they know not, all those good sacred things. I also had like a very strong emotional reaction to processing some of the dialogue and how important it is to have someone else hold space. And it's always a pleasure when I can hold space and be silent and sit with those of you who are going through stuff and kind of, you know, just embodying that love and acceptance of you until you find yourself in a place where you can fly and leave the nest once again, yes? It's just been very, very beautiful. I also highly, highly enjoyed when she spent an extra moment and focused upon this sentence here. After a few moments, begin to visualize yourself sending love and gratitude to specific persons, you know, specific people, events, like timelines, and simply send your love to the universe and creator. Like it's like pointing out all these things. Aho, Mitakue Oyasen. Hello, Michael. Thank you for commenting. Yes, I am live now. If anyone has questions or any specific intentions, I'm always here to channel and share space and just shed this love upon you, okay? Just please trust your intuition. The archetypes part was also amazing. It goes like hand in hand with my practice of mindfulness and also being able to tell, like, you know, the judge in my mind, the storyteller, the one that thinks it's in control, the doer, like all of those things that we learn as we study like the Bhagavad Gita or like spiritual or religious texts that kind of like shed information and light to like some of these things. Yes. Now, yes. I am here as a creator myself too. I am here to create. And I choose to create in so many different ways. And making underwater videos is not the only thing I can do. However, I am available as like a professional performer, you know, of underwater doing these things. If you choose, I am open for service, you know, charging $100 per finished minute for a custom video if that's something that you really, really want. I do have a gift of being able to hold my breath up to 3 minutes. I am in practice to go further, and I'm not certain all the time that every single day I can get to 3 minutes. However, I am on a practice that is practicing to be able to kind of like sit with myself in this way. And I'm also learning other ways of pranayama and doing breath work, and I always find joy and harmony and happiness and just like, you know, sharing breath with you. I always make this joke, you know, when you have healers or like doctors or people like this, you know, would you prefer to have an individual who wants to breathe in your last breath and share your breath with you, or would you choose to just be alone and push everything away? Or would you feel guilt from letting someone be there? Or would you feel like you'd want your last breath all to yourself, or just between you and source? Or, you know, would you want to be your last inhale to be the breath of another that you love and adore? Or will you even let someone hold space for you there? I always love the death doula energy. I'm very, very excited to continue my journey with all these beautiful teachers who have kind of come upon my path. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to take some time to read the comments here before we sign off. It really depends. It depends. I have provided so many free contents on here. You know, if you type in certain keywords, you might get lucky and find a specific thing that I've made, or you could take your time going through the entire vortex of the internet or whatever that has existed on this YouTube channel. I'm not sure how many days it would take to really scroll through everything. I used to be really good at setting categories and making underwater playlists and stuff like that. I do invite all of the, you know, underwater Trina Mason fans, if you choose, go ahead and make public, you know, scroll lists of categories and things like that if that is your personal obsession. However, for me, being underwater has always been like such a meditation, such a place of peace and quietness, and being able to maintain my center, and also free to like swim and flow and express myself in ways that I can't always do, like when there's not pressure or space, and all these beautiful things. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the compliments. Thank you for all the love. God bless you all. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Drabagwan, namaste, haush, haush. I'm signing out. Until next time, you know where to find me. Feel free to reach out for a custom reading or one on time. It's really up to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho.